Aesthetically, this game is very pretty abrasive. You know, you got your pounding metal with like hardcore digital electronic music going on,
right?
And you're fighting demons, and it's just absolutely gory and just a violent game. You know, people who aren't like gamers,
yeah,
that would turn you off. And,
yeah,
you know, and even the original Doom was really controversial for being, you know, so violent.
When you're a kid and you think about monsters underneath the bed,
Doom takes those monsters out from underneath your bed and allows you to take a chainsaw to their face.
right?
You know?
Such a cathartic feeling of taking down your enemies in the most violent way possible. You want this thing banished, right? And it only feels good if you can see it happen. If there's ever a game that made you feel like you're the most powerful being ever, it's this one. Catharsis is defined as the release of emotion, or the release of pent-up emotions. It's a freeing thing to do, and this game does allow you to enter this flow state and kind of just let go.
Flow is this almost abstract notion of just not thinking and just going through the motions without having to put thought into it,
right?
And just knowing exactly what to do just intuitively or instinctively. Doom uses this flow state in almost every aspect of the gameplay, and because of that, it allows you to have this mass release of catharsis at almost all times.
So you could say that Doom is a very, very simple game. It has one objective, and that objective is to kill demons. You have weapons, and the weapons upgrade to do more shooting. And then you have armor upgrades, so you can be more effective at fighting. Everything that you do is to complement your battle. Even the story itself is to infiltrate hell so you can kill demons. I mean, everything is centered on this one objective. And I think you're adding variety, but at the same time, all this variety is what amplifies the flow. If you have this constant flow of killing enemies, and then everything else you do comes back to that, the whole game itself has this flow to it.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's really cool.
When we're talking about flow state, we're talking about not having to think about the next step. And a lot of what it is in Doom is in the level design, where there's very obvious parts that you need to go next, right? It's designed in such a way that it almost feels like you're moving through a corridor, even though you're in an open space. And that's a great thing, because you've made it so that the player doesn't have to think about where to go next. And they can just see, okay, I need to go over there, and I need to go over there. And it's easy, you know? And so because you don't have to think about it, it generates flow.
Yeah, and it's really, really impressive to me how well this game walks this tightrope of not being too hard to where it breaks your flow state and you have to start thinking harder about things in different ways than you've been trained to. And it's not too easy to where it doesn't feel engaging and doesn't feel like anything. Every design decision in Doom is to heighten this flow state that I think they're trying to achieve, and to help get a player deeper into this unconscious thought. And because of that, you get these almost highs of catharsis and like pure dopamine, where once you go through this huge wave of enemies and it's all done and the music kind of winds down, you literally are just like, you like take a breath, you're like, whoa.
It's really nice to have something like Doom be able to interact with it and have that kind of release, you know. And it's not just because you're killing demons, and it's not because you're killing. It's because these mechanics are working together to make you amped up and then cool down, and amped up and cool down.
If they wanted to, they could have done like you're shooting like flowers at like butterflies,
right.
and it makes the butterflies fly away into their home.
Yeah.
But have everything else be the same, and it would feel awesome.
It would feel great.
Yeah.
Yeah.